Vamos dar uma espreitadela ao stand da Nintendo, onde o Richard Cousins nos vai guiar pelas principais novidades da Nintendo. Venham daí! Okay, so now we have 1080 snowboarding from the same programmers that did Wave Race, that it was amazing when it was released. What can we expect from here?
More of the same, really, more of the same quality. It's a fantastic game. You get the feel of the waves from Wave Race. It's translated to the feel of the snow. There's 4 or 5 different types of snow. You go through the heavy, powdery snow that slows you down, across frozen lakes. It's huge jumps, massive stunts in it. All of this season's boards from Lamar in it, and all this season's Tommy Hilfiger snow gears featured.
So you can even feel the adrenaline of snowboarding.
Definitely, yeah. We took it around a media tour around all the snowboarding magazines, and the guys were just so desperate to get out on the slopes once they played it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so here we have an extremely fast game. How fast is it comparing to Extreme G or Wipeout?
It's much faster. Having played all 3 games, it is much faster, especially in multiplayer mode. Blisteringly fast, even in 4-player mode. 4-player split screen, it retains all the speed as you do in 1 player.
So it's like driving a spaceship, an anti-gravity car?
It is, yeah, exactly the same as the first one. It is an anti-grav rocket, and you can come off the track at any time on most of the tracks.
What about the graphics? Wipeout, isn't it better?
Wipeout is better graphically, yeah, but on the faster tracks it becomes too cluttered.
Okay, so we can expect extreme speed.
Yeah, that's the main thing, is the speed.
Ok, temos agora aqui uma das grandes surpresas desta feira, que é o Game Boy, mas agora é na sua versão a cores. So now we have a color Game Boy. It was other companies attempted before with the Game Gear, the Linux, but it was always too big.
Yeah.
So now a really portable machine. What do you think about it? Is it going to be a success?
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. It's smaller than the existing Game Boy. The screen is much clearer, much higher resolution, and the batteries actually last longer than the ones on the original Game Boy do.
So is it supposed to replace even the old Game Boy?
Yeah, it is a definite step forward. Not that we're going to be phasing out the Game Boy, but it's a definite step in the right direction.
But are you still going to release games to the old Game Boy?
Yeah, games will still be released on both formats, and many will be available, will work on both formats anyway.
Thank you.
Chama-se Bust a Groove e não tem nada a ver com os super viciantes jogos da saga Bust a Move. Este título acaba de ser lançado no nosso país para a PlayStation e é um dance them up, ou seja, um simulador de dança, e está na linha do Parappa the Rapper ou do Spice World. Ao longo do jogo vamos parar a diferentes discotecas onde temos de dançar melhor do que o nosso adversário, estilo beat 'em up em versão de dança. Para conseguirmos uma pontuação mais alta, temos de carregar nos diferentes botões da pad no momento exato da batida da música. Sempre que acertarmos com os passos, vão aparecendo movimentos cada vez mais complicados. como nos beat-em-ups, há golpes especiais, só que estes não arrancam a coluna dos adversários nem lhes provocam uma hemorragia que só para quando o coração deixar de bater. Em Bust a Groove, os golpes especiais têm nomes como Funk Attack e são mais difíceis de executar do que preencher a declaração do IRS. A banda sonora é muito pop nipónica e inclui uma música de Hatsumi Moriyanga, uma das mais populares cantoras japonesas. O Bust a Groove já por aí anda à venda para a PlayStation.
Carmageddon foi um dos jogos mais polémicos e violentos de sempre. Estamos aqui com o Sam Forrest, um dos responsáveis pela sequela, Carmageddon 2. Okay, Sam, so after the first game that was censored, it was really violent. What can we expect from this game? Did you listen to all the parents' voices and did you put it less violent?
Oh, no way. No way, no way. We've made it a lot more fun, a lot more stupid. We've now got it onto where you can actually take pedestrians' arms and legs and heads off. So, yeah, as you can see, we're just taking someone's legs off there. There we go, gotcha. We can now have more weapons in the car. You have a giant spring. Obviously, the car crushes a lot better than before. It's just a lot more fun. I mean, Carmageddon 1 was it was running in low res. It wasn't running as smooth as it could do. Carmageddon 2 is definitely going to be the driving game of '98.
So, no problems about parental advice?
Well, you know, parents should be telling their kids not to buy this game, and we're saying it's a mature rating. It's an 18 in the UK. I mean, you know, I think parents should be looking at it saying, do I want my kids to play this? If they don't, then they shouldn't let them play it. That's what we've always said. The Carmageddon 2 is definitely an adult's game.
Yeah, it's fun. My car is already on fire, but I can see Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
Let's keep
games, or I'm gonna run you over.
Vamos agora dar uma espreitadela ao maior pavilhão desta feira, que é o da PlayStation, e onde as novidades são o Crash Bandicoot 3, o Medieval e o Spyro. Venham daí! Estamos no stand da PlayStation com o John, que nos vai explicar alguma coisa sobre as novidades deste ano. John, so what can you tell us about Crash Bandicoot, the third one? Isn't it enough? It's the last one, or are we going to have more sequels?
I have no idea, but it's by far the best Crash Bandicoot so far. And
Why?
It's graphics greatly improved. There's much more levels. It's a lot more challenging. There's no set path. The user can wander much more freely. And I think it's going to be a big hit this Christmas.
Vamos agora saber com o Michael John mais algumas coisas sobre o Spyro, a nova personagem da PlayStation. So, what can you tell us about this little dragon that we've seen walking around the fair?
Well, we hope that a lot of people will get to know him. He's sort of become a part of our lives over the last year and a half, and he's just a great...
It's a new mascot for the PlayStation?
Well, I don't know if it's a mascot for the PlayStation. He's definitely a mascot character, though. I think he's one that a lot of people are going to like.
Yeah, at least it looks nice. Isn't it a little bit inspired in games like Mario 64, all the 3D action?
Absolutely. I mean, it's hard to make a 3D game and not talk about Mario 64. We tried to do a lot of things that are very different from what they did in Mario 64. In Mario 64, you're mostly solving puzzles, you're finding the stars, and in Spyro, you're mostly going after the enemies, going after the bad guys, and they're going after you as well. So that's Spyro's own space.
Estamos aqui com o John Wilson, um dos programadores do Medieval, um jogo que todos estamos à espera há cerca de um ano. John, why is all this delay, almost 1 year since the announcement of the release? And why only now the medieval?
Okay, well, one of the reasons why medieval was delayed for as long as it has been is when we were first developing the game, we were just going for like a real flat-out sort of homage to Ghosts and Goblins. We wanted like a real pure arcade game, but we felt that wasn't enough. We wanted to get a whole adventure environment, a whole world in there, a very kind of almost Zelda-esque type game. So we went and restripped it all down and created the big world and lots of quests that then goes on and lots of interaction with the environment and characters. So that's one of the reasons why it was pretty late.
Vamos agora falar com o Greg James, o responsável da Codemasters, que vai nos dizer quais são os novos lançamentos deste ano. Okay, Greg, so now here we have Toca 2. What are the improvements that made the great game that was the first one? Which improvements have you made?
On the first game, we worked very hard on getting an accurate representation of the 1997 championship, of the British Touring Car Championship. For Toca 2, we take the 1998 season, but what we've done is not include the new content of that, which has changed the game because the races are slightly different. But we've vastly improved the graphics and the physics of the cars. So they drive a lot more like a real-life car, and the graphics mean that you almost think you're watching telly. I mean, with the way you can see through the windscreens, you can see the drivers. If you have accidents, everything flies off in tiny little particles. And not only that, we've also included a lot of other cars which you find at a normal BTCC meeting.
So much more options in this game.
Much more options, a lot more content, and graphically and also the sound and the gameplay, we've just worked hard on improving it.
O Tomb Raider 3 é o jogo mais esperado do ano, com a figura mais mediática do mundo dos videojogos. Vamos agora falar com o Ken Lockley, um dos responsáveis da Iris. So, okay, what are the main differences between Tomb Raider 3 and the two previous ones?
In Tomb Raider 1, the main emphasis was on the adventure and the puzzling, the puzzle aspect of the game. On the second one, it was more shooting orientated, fighting. We've gone back to the basic roots this time, more puzzle orientated, more adventuring, and the fighting sequences are a lot different. It's more intelligent. You have to think about what you're doing, because the way the AI works this time, we've got a doctor working on the AI as a university lecturer, and every single character in the game has a specific set of AI. Some of the characters may just run away from you. They're actually going to trigger certain things, more characters, more baddies to enter the room. Some of the guys may circle you and come up behind you. All the characters can actually follow you and
so more intelligent, artificial intelligence.
More artificial intelligence, yeah, and a lot of stealth moves as well.
Okay, so it's going to be maybe the biggest success of Fighters this year, no?
I think it'll be bigger than the first two. The actual game itself is a lot bigger. It's more film orientated, a lot of X-Files, innuendos in there, alien autopsies and things.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
O Irv é um dos produtores do Omicron, um jogo de aventura que vai ser lançado em setembro de 99. Okay, Irv, so what can you tell us about Omicron? Is it inspired in Tomb Raider 3? It's the same kind of game, no?
No, not at all. Omicron is an adventure game where the main purpose was to give players the impression that they were in a very living and entertaining, complete world where they could go everywhere, do everything, and live a different line in a parallel dimension. So the creators at Quantic Dream, a French team based in Paris, have managed to create a huge city with shops, passers-by, cars, and the player is basically plunged in this universe and tries to figure out what's doing there and what's happening behind scenes.
Depois de Wolfenstein, Doom e Quake, John Romero, um dos grandes responsáveis pela evolução dos In Your Faces, decidiu lançar-se na sua própria empresa, Iron Storm. Vamos falar com um dos responsáveis sobre o jogo Daikatana. Okay, Sver, you are one of the responsibles for Daikatana. It's a big bet from Iron Storm. What can you tell us about this game?
Okay, the game Daikatana is, for anyone who's played Doom or Quake, it's going to be instantly familiar as a first-person shooter. You can see you look directly into the 3D world.
It's a Quake 2 engine,
It's the same engine as Quake 2 used, with a lot of improvements. And some of the new elements we have in there is a lot more content. Like there's 4 different time episodes, and each has a whole new set of weapons, a whole new set of monsters in them. And also, there are sidekicks which go along you on a quest, which will help you if you die and follow you around wherever the player can go on the level.